In this video I wanted to talk about a Chinese animated series that really took me by surprise. I know, right? Something good actually came from China. Shocking. The series in question is Scissor Seven, or as they call it in China apparently, Killer 7. Our hero, Seven, is a scissor-wielding hairdresser and amateur assassin with amnesia. Living on the small island named Chicken Island, which is filled with extremely quirky characters, Seven somehow manages to stumble between two warring factions, forcing him to step up as the island's protector in order to save his friends and the island villagers. What follows is a wacky roller coaster of random events that somehow manages to form a pretty fucking good story with a ton of over-the-top humor, badass fights, and even some deeply emotional moments. The biggest strength of Scissor 7 is definitely its characters. From the main characters to the smallest side characters, they are all amusingly interesting, well fleshed out. Most of them have great backstories, and even unexpected side characters that you would think are a one-off deal suddenly have their moment to shine. Like, I don't really know many series that give this much attention to even like the most smallest side characters. It truly makes this island feel alive, breathing, and it just makes me interested to see more. For example, you have Dai Bo, a blue chicken who is Seven's best friend and pseudo-boss that loves money. You have Dai Fei, a small chicken that somehow manages to fly and often has to save Seven out of the most ridiculous situations by grabbing his pants and flying away with him. Oh, did I mention that Dai Fei also can transform into a huge muscular man and beat the shit out of everyone? Yeah. There's also that. You have this female assassin named 13 who has this weird frenemies rivalry with Seven, which leads to awkward romantic situations. You have a dog rock gang. You have a cat ninja gang. You can never go wrong with a cat ninja gang, by the way. You have a bodyguard that uses his virginity to turn his body indestructible. There's an old grandma that is basically a fucking psychopath. An old watchman that keeps losing his pants for some reason. And this is just a small collection of all the weirdly colorful characters in this series. Scissor 7 has dope music and an art style that dares to be different, simple yet not lacking details. It's an interesting trademark style. The entire series bounces back and forth between over-the-top humor, emotional moments, and epic badassery, creating a very entertaining experience to watch. This series really takes you by surprise. It starts simple, with seemingly standalone stories, with a mostly humorous overtone in the first episodes, but quickly gets more story and character building with each episode. Literally every episode is a huge jump forward from the previous one, sucking you into the story. What started as me watching this simple looking anime to pass time with some quick laughs quickly spiraled into me getting really invested in the story and binge watching the shit out of it. This series has been a huge surprise for me and has easily become one of the top series on Netflix for me personally. Stop watching those anime titties for a minute, check out Scissor 7, you can thank me later. Oh, and watch it in the original Mandarin with subs, cause dubs are for pussies.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.